Okay, when this phone arrived, I expected this to be 28-30,000 and I was like, okay, another launch. You get Snapdragon 8S Gen 3, 6400 mAh battery, UFS 4.1 storage, it's fine. But you have seen the thumbnail. This is iQOO Neo 10R. It is going to be under 25,000. So the question that has to be asked is it the best performance phone under 25,000? Overall, how's the camera? Is it a good overall phone? Prateek, TechVisor, let's freaking go. So you get this big black box. Inside you get the phone, some paperwork, a soft transparent TPU case. Fun. 80-watt flash charger, a SIM ejector pin and a Type A to Type C cable. The box comes with everything you need, or everything you need with the phone comes inside the box. Now the first thing that grabs your attention here is the design. The design here looks quite funky and unique. In fact, it's that 8-bit retro style with a big camera island, which we'll get to that in just a moment. But this dual tone design looks very retro-y. And of course, if you don't like the design here, there's also a grayish variant. Wait, let me check the name of that. Moon Knight Titanium. Titanium is quite the color this year. Now, cool thing is, if you tilt the phone under the light, you can see this Neo branding here, Power to Win. Good Easter egg. Now, the phone actually feels quite light. It is around 196 to 197 grams. Surprisingly, the Neo 10R is slim at just 7.98 mm thickness. I could feel this is slim because I'm coming from the S25 Ultra, which is like about 8.2 mm to be precise. But this here is a 5000 mAh battery and this right here is a 6400 mAh battery. See? Now it has an IP65 rating, so it can resist those splashes of water if you are in the middle of a holy war. And when you flip the phone to the front, you get this 6.78 inch up to 144 Hz flat display. So I was watching the Champions Trophy final on this. The colors and sharpness are all good. And honestly, that match can be best explained by... But jokes aside, it supports HDR on Netflix and YouTube as well. And even outdoors while using the phone for maps or booking rides, the display outdoors is pretty bright. In terms of glass protection, it comes with Scott Sensation Up glass protection. So overall the display is good. But in 2025, which smartphone comes with a bad display? Everyone gets it right. Now let's come to the most awaited part of the Neo 10R performance. So the Neo 10R comes with the flagship Snapdragon 8S Gen 3. Now one thing to clear here is the 128GB variant comes with UFS 3.1 storage, whereas the 256GB variant comes with UFS 4.1 storage. Now, a lot of people wonder, like, what is the reason? See, storage is manufactured by a company like SK Hynix, SanDisk, etc. And manufacturers don't make 128GB variant for UFS 4. So, almost no smartphone maker can get 128GB in UFS 4. Well, some tried, but you know what happened. If you know, you know. Now, the major thing here is the LPDDR5X RAM type. And does that matter? What is the difference? So side by side with the Neo 10R with LPDDR5X RAM, we have the Edge 50 Pro with the LPDDR4X RAM. Now we'll open multiple apps and if you see, every single time the LPDDR5X RAM opens apps way faster than the LPDDR4X. So basically when you're launching games or app, the better RAM variant does make a difference. Now to test the chip's performance, we ran the AnTuTu benchmark which gives an overall score to the phone. Basically a Sybil score for your phone's performance. So normally it scores around 15 lakh on AnTuTu and then we turned on performance mode and ran AnTuTu and it scored around 17 lakh. We also ran the CPU throttling benchmark and the graph here is green. And we also ran 3D Mark to test the GPU and if you see the stability scores are a bit low. But again, these are benchmarks. They don't tell you how a phone performs in real life. So we went all in and we played BGMI, Genshin Impact and COD Warzone all for half an hour each. So starting off with BGMI, you can play it at smooth graphics, 90 FPS and in our half an hour of session, the gameplay was smooth here, the phone didn't get hot. The temperature was around 31.3 to 32 degrees. The graph mostly stayed at 90 FPS if you see here. Now BGMI is pretty stable. In fact, iQOO claims that on a single charge, you can continuously play BGMI for more than 6 hours. Like, who plays 6 hours in one single charge? Now, next we played Genshin Impact and in that we kept all the settings to high and there were a few frame drops here and there, but after 5 minutes, the gameplay was smooth. And at the end of our half an hour of testing, the temperature was around 38.9 degrees, 39 degrees. Now, the temperature might sound slightly high and it might give you the vibe of heating, but in reality, the phone just felt warm, like it was comfortable to hold in hand. I think the vapor cooling chamber kicks in here. Next, we played COD Warzone. In graphics, medium is the highest graphic option available. Rest, if you see, all the settings are kept to high and we played for half an hour. The gameplay was laggy. We got an average FPS of 43.4 and the temperature was around 35.7 degrees. And this performance issue is not because of the phone. The COD Warzone game has a bad reputation of optimization. Like, it took them 2 years and 11 game studio, but still it can't be optimized. Come on, man. Now, some games like Clash of Clans, Brawl Stars, Clash Royale, it gives you 144 FPS on the iQOO Neo 10R if you're into those kind of games. But keeping all of this aside, since this is an iQOO phone, it also comes with Ultra Game Mode where it shows you the FPS and you get a couple of extra options to enhance gaming like 4D vibration, motion control. But the highlight feature here is bypass charging. So if you put your phone on charging while gaming, instead of charging the battery, it directly supplies power to the phone. So your battery in the longer run will stay healthy. And moving on to the camera, the iQOO Neo 10R comes with a main camera and an ultra wide angle camera. And the main camera in good daylight conditions unexpectedly takes good photos. The colors and light control are good, even it gets the skin tone right. Also, if you zoom in, there is a good amount of detail. Even the photos that are clicked indoor come out good. If you see in this portrait mode picture, the background blur and the edge detection is quite good. There's also this snapshot mode. You can click photos like this. The photos in ultra wide, even though there's a minimal color shift between the main and ultra wide angle photo, the photos are not that sharp. And you can also take 2x photos, which is from the main camera sensor. And the 2x photos are good, but sometimes the photo clicked in 2x has over sharpening. But considering this is a performance heavy phone, it was expected. And in terms of videos, it can shoot maximum at 4K 60 FPS, and this is how the video and mic quality is. And also, it can shoot portrait videos limited to 1080p, but you can see how the background blur is. And on the front, it has a 32 megapixel selfie camera, and the selfies are decent. In terms of selfie videos, it can shoot maximum at 4K 30 FPS. So overall, the camera for a gaming phone here is quite good. Now, in terms of software, it comes with FunTouch OS 15 based on the latest Android 15. Out of the other changes, one of the changes I like is the overall look of the UI. If you compare it side by side with the FunTouch OS 14, there are design changes like the quick settings and the settings page. Also, the app animation on FunTouch OS 15, they are so much better and smoother now. In wallpaper, you can choose to set videos as live wallpaper. Another small addition is you can now change icon styles and you can make the icons circular or rounded. Again, if you go to the gallery, it has some AI features. Using AI erase, you can erase unwanted objects from the photo. Next, if you tap and hold on a photo, it generates an instant cutout of it. This comes in handy if you want to make stickers in WhatsApp of your own photos. And last but not the least, circle to search. So from identifying new gadgets to identifying music, it can do it all. Apart from this, it comes with other AI features like AI call translation, AI transcribe, etc, etc. If you want to know in depth about the FunTouch OS 15 features, we have already covered it in a separate video, so you can check that out after watching this video. Now, there are some pre-installed third-party apps, like you can go here and uninstall them. In terms of software features, you get about 3 years of Android updates and 4 years of security updates. Which brings me to battery and charging. Before we head to the conclusion, the iQOO Neo 10R comes with a 6400 mAh lithium-ion battery, and on a single charge, in my heavy usage of gaming, watching content and scrolling reels, it easily lasted me around 1.5 days. And speaking of charging, it supports 80-watt flash charging, charger included in the box. So it tops up the phone to 100% in about 1 hour. In terms of sensor, it comes with these sensors. The proximity sensor here is software based. If you see side by side with a phone with a proximity sensor, if I cover the top part of both the phone, the bulb doesn't turn off on the Neo 10R. It also doesn't have NFC. So what's the conclusion? Is this the best smartphone or best performance phone at 25,000? Well, in my short usage, I would say yes. And time we have seen iQOO delivers the best performance across different price points. And apart from this, I didn't expect it to have like fairly good cameras and a huge battery at this price. See, the iQOO Neo 10R has launched for 24,999 and that is a very good price. And a lot of new buyers ask about iQOO service center. So see, iQOO and Vivo both access the same service center. There are about 650 plus in India. Also, a lot of people don't know, iQOO was the first smartphone brand to push Android 15 updates. So the update cycle on Vivo and iQOO is quite good. So for people who want performance in this price range, the iQOO Neo 10R is a good option. On that note, Pradeep signing off. See you in the next video. Pew, pew, pew.